Welcome. Thank you for joining us today for webinar number 1, Introduction to Safe Routes to School, the first of a new series of Minnesota Safe Routes to School training webinars. In this webinar, we will provide a history of Safe Routes to School, benefits of the program, and a framework for recommendations. My name is Hannah.
And my name is Gina.
And we will be your hosts for this session. This webinar series is sponsored by Minnesota Safe Routes to School to assist planners, engineers, school administrators, teachers, parents, and students throughout the state. Today, we'll provide an introduction to Safe Routes to School, including the program's origin and its applicability and history in Minnesota. We'll discuss the 6 E's, which are the framework for all Safe Routes to School planning. And at the end of the presentation, we'll share a set of resources that you can use to learn more about Safe Routes to School or to start a plan. And we will provide contact information if you have any questions.
To start at the beginning, what is Safe Routes to School? Safe Routes to School programs are sustained efforts by parents, schools, community leaders, and local, state, and federal governments to improve the health and well-being of children by enabling and encouraging them to walk and bicycle to school. Safe Routes to School is an international movement to make it safe, convenient, inviting, and fun for children to walk and bike to school. The movement started in Denmark in the early 1970s. In the United States, pilot implementation began in the mid-1970s. Several cities tested these initiatives, and they were so successful that in 2005, Safe Routes to School funding became part of the federal transportation bill known as Safety Lou. Inclusion of Safe Routes to School in the federal bill supported and funded Safe Routes to School initiatives around the nation. In Minnesota, the Minnesota Department of Transportation has awarded more than $20 million to communities for Safe Routes to School planning and implementation since 2005, benefiting more than 538 schools across the state. Since 2006, schools and partners throughout the state have requested more than $100 million in program funds, showing a very high level of interest and need for these investments.
So why is Safe Routes to School needed in our state? Between 1969 and 2009, over just 40 years, the proportion of children who walk or bike to school dropped precipitously, from every other child to fewer than 1 out of every 8 children walking or biking today. Today, in many of our communities, relatively few students walk or bike to school. There are many reasons for this, including enrollment policies that allow students to attend schools other than their neighborhood school, school planning policies that favor consolidation and close smaller schools, along with land use policies that encourage development at the outer areas, both of which that result in much larger schools in the less walkable urban fringes of cities, often far away from the populations they serve. And arterial roads that concentrate high traffic volumes and create barriers for children to safely cross while walking or biking to school. Why is it a problem that parents drive more students to school? First, children's inactivity has resulted in alarming trends for children's health, including rising obesity rates, an increase in early onset for chronic diseases, like type 2 or adult onset diabetes, now being commonly seen in children in their very early teens. Also, more parents driving to school has led to significant increases in traffic around schools, which makes walking and biking less safe for those students who still do it, and also increases air pollution around schools. Safe Routes to Schools is a framework that offers a comprehensive set of solutions for these problems. Safe Routes to School programs bring many benefits to students, schools, and communities by encouraging more families to walk and bike to school. This enables more people to meet the recommended level of physical activity necessary for their healthy physical and mental development. It can help children to do better in school. There's a growing body of evidence showing a positive relationship between physical activity and measures of academic achievement, including grade point average, rate of learning, and classroom behavior, as well as cognitive, social, and motor skill development. By decreasing traffic and congestion around schools, Safe Routes to School efforts can decrease pollution and increase safety for children walking and biking. Walking and biking also increases opportunities for students to be social with their peers and to interact with people in their communities. This can increase independence and confidence in students of all ages. Safe Routes to School can reduce schools' need for busing students, which decreases district-wide costs. Overall, Safe Routes to Schools helps improve the community's feelings of connection, health, and safety.
Safe Routes to School planning is based on a framework known as the 6 E's, which is a combination of solutions that can be used together to create a comprehensive program. The non-infrastructure E's are focused on programming and policies and include education, encouragement, enforcement, and evaluation. Education is about providing information to children, their parents, and the community at large on how to walk or bike to school more safely. Encouragement is how we get students and their families excited about participating in walk and bike activities in their school. Enforcement is the application of existing laws and policies that improve walking and biking safety. Evaluation is the measurement of before and after conditions, like the number of children actually walking or biking to school, to determine which initiatives are most effective. The infrastructure E is focused on engineering and physical infrastructure around schools. We add a sixth E for equity, which is the lens that we use when considering all programs, activities, and investments.
Equity must be part of all aspects of our program, so we distribute resources fairly and make sure all children and communities can benefit from the activities and investments provided. In Minnesota Safe Routes to Schools, equity also acknowledges that some communities may need additional assistance to have the same opportunities as others. Equity means prioritizing funding and programs in underserved areas that may suffer from health problems and traffic safety issues, or that have limited transportation options. In addition to improving safe school access, Safe Routes to School efforts in disadvantaged communities provide more opportunities for kids to get active and can improve student attendance, both of which are linked to increased academic achievement. Now let's dive a little deeper into examples of activities and events for each E.
Education classes and activities inform families about their travel choices. They can teach walking, biking, and skating skills, promote driver safety, and communicate the benefits of active transportation so more people give it a try. At a bike rodeo, children learn how to control their bikes and interact with other road users. Students learn the rules of the road, get their helmets checked, and practice riding their bikes in a supervised course. Classroom safety trainings provide information about traffic rules and regulations, potential hazards, and sign identification in a safe and secure environment, such as a classroom or gymnasium. On-bike safety trainings get students practicing on-street riding skills, such as making left turns. In pedestrian safety education, students learn basic traffic laws and safety rules, including sign identification and decision-making tools. Finally, parents and caregivers determine how students get to school. Parent education about the best routes and information about the benefits of walking and biking can encourage adults to be good role models for their students.
Encouragement events include activities that spark interest in both parents and students, with participation rewards and acknowledgement that makes walking, biking, and skating normal and fun. Many schools in Minnesota already participate in Walk and Bike to School Day. Minnesota Safe Routes to School supports Bike to School Day, held in May, by providing event toolkits and free marketing materials. This year, Minnesota Safe Routes to School held a statewide poster contest for students to describe how it feels to ride a bike, and they received over 400 entries. A walking school bus is a group of students walking to school together with one or more adults. Similarly, a bike train is a group of students biking together. The bus or train follows the same route every time and picks up students from their homes or a designated stop. Routes may operate daily, weekly, or monthly. Competitions and incentives create a friendly competition between classrooms. Students log their walking and biking trips, and the classroom with the most trips wins an award. Students can similarly track their trips with punch cards. When the punch card is filled up, the students receive an award. Student clubs vary based on students' age and involvement. After-school clubs can focus on bike repair, sport cycling, environmental issues like a green club, and community or civic engagement. Clubs allow students to form groups and support the causes they care about most. Student clubs can offer excellent ideas and provide the energy and drive to get things done.
Enforcement activities deter unsafe behaviors from everyone traveling near schools and encourage all road users to obey traffic laws and share the road safely around schools. Adult crossing guards help students safely cross the street as they walk or bike. The guards stop traffic with hand signals or a stop paddle, and is always the first person in and the last person out of the street. Crossing guards can be volunteer community members or paid employees. Typically, a paid program is preferable since it increases motivation, although there are many highly organized volunteer programs in Minnesota. School safety patrols are trained students who facilitate crossings. Special training and adult supervision is required for all school safety patrols. Fast-moving traffic is a major deterrent to families walking and biking to school, especially where students have to cross arterial roads or where sidewalks end. A speed feedback sign can display approaching vehicle speeds and posted speed limits to encourage drivers to follow the law. A safety campaign can bring drivers' attention to students walking, bicycling, and skateboarding and encourage safe behavior. Campaigns can use media at or near schools, such as posters, business window stickers, yard signs, or street banners, to remind drivers to slow down and use caution in school zones.
Evaluation is one of the most powerful tools we can use to build an effective program at a school. It is important for understanding how activities and projects impact families' transportation decisions. Student hand tallies quickly determine how students travel on a particular day. Teachers can ask the students to raise their hands if they use a particular mode of transportation. Tallies can be collected every fall and spring to continuously track your program's impacts. Parent surveys are a great way to understand why families choose certain modes to get to and from school. Surveys ask parents about their attitudes and concerns around walking and biking to school, as well as whether they think walking and biking are fun, healthy, safe, or something they want to do more often. Bike and pedestrian counts identify how many people are walking and biking in a particular location on a particular day. Counts can make the case for funding infrastructure improvements, and before and after counts can show the impact of an improvement. A Safe Routes to School report card provides a snapshot of how each school is progressing towards its goals for increasing walking and biking.
Engineering includes planning projects as well as actual infrastructure improvements. A walk audit, sometimes called a school site audit, is an assessment of the walking and biking conditions around the school. Stakeholders, including parents, school staff, city planners, police, and others, come together to document conditions that may discourage walking and bicycling and to identify potential solutions to improve these conditions. Improvement plans identify potential engineering solutions and provide infrastructure recommendations to make the school area more walk and bike friendly. Suggested route maps help families choose the best route for walking, bicycling, and skateboarding to school. Maps show important travel characteristics and existing routes around a school. Finally, bike parking is an important part of ensuring students will bike to school. Safe, secure bike parking should be provided in convenient locations and monitored throughout the day to deter theft.
Engineering addresses the physical environment around schools through infrastructure improvements such as signage, crosswalks, signals, and other features. And it improves the safety of people walking, biking, skating, and driving along school routes. Sidewalks with curb ramps and marked crosswalks help students get to school safely. School speed zones and traffic calming further promote safety near schools.
Bike infrastructure near schools should provide the safest designs for students riding to school. Physical separation between younger riders and vehicles is needed for young bicyclists' safety and comfort on larger roads. Buffered bike lanes provide additional separated space between car lanes and bike lanes and make cyclists easier to see and more comfortable to ride. Protected bike lanes are physically separated from vehicles, either by bollards, planters, or parked cars. They can also be vertically separated by raising the bike lane to curb height. This increased separation also improves safety and comfort for family riders. Side paths are separated facilities that run alongside roadways. They provide more space for families to ride outside of car traffic. The most protected facility is a shared use path, which is exclusively for the use of people walking, jogging, or biking. Bicyclists only interact with motor vehicles at street crossings, so crossings must be well designed.
Some locations require additional treatments to make it safe for pedestrians and bicyclists to cross high-speed, high-volume roadways, or when a shared use path crosses a road. A rectangular rapid flashing beacon, or an RRFB, encourages drivers to yield to pedestrians and crosswalks. When someone presses the button, the RRFB beacons flash for a set amount of time, increasing drivers' awareness of the person waiting to cross. An RRFB is a lower-cost alternative to a full signal or a pedestrian hybrid beacon. Sometimes a full signal is not warranted, but some kind of additional signalization is needed, such as when a trail crosses an off-trail street. A pedestrian hybrid beacon is a signal that's blank unless someone presses a button. The signal goes to a flashing pattern and then to a red signal, which directs motorists to stop, then the pedestrian or bicyclist can cross. A median refuge island provides a safe place for people to wait when crossing the street. It also slows vehicle traffic and provides a place for the RRFB pole to be located. Bike signals give bicyclists priority and provide clear direction and should always be paired with traffic signals.
Throughout this webinar, we have outlined the basic structure and some common components of Safe Routes to School in Minnesota. You can find a lot more information and resources at the Minnesota Safe Routes to School Resource Center at www.mnsaferoutestoschool.org. The Minnesota Department of Transportation maintains the Resource Center, which has resources about funding, planning, and implementing Safe Routes to Schools, as well as details about grant opportunities in Minnesota. You can also use the website to find out about upcoming events, such as Bike to School Day, and download materials to host your own walking school bus, bike rodeo, and more. This resource can provide inspiration, information, and implementation support to your local Safe Routes to School efforts. Finally, contact Dave Cowan, Minnesota Department of Transportation Safe Routes to School Coordinator, with any questions related to funding, planning, implementation, or any other resources related to Safe Routes to School. This brings us to the end of our webinar number 1, Introduction to Safe Routes to School. Thank you for your time and attention, and please visit us again for additional resources. Goodbye.